let me take you straight to the kingdom of Vidarbha. Vidarbha is this prosperous kingdom where the princess is about to get married to Shishupal. Obviously, a princess is about to get married, so there is lights, there is music, there is decoration, the whole kingdom is celebrating. Except for one person, the princess herself. She does not want to get married. She does not want to get married to this huge, powerful king who's Shishupal, and because her heart is singing for someone else. What will she do? It's a marriage of convenience. Those days, a marriage between one kingdom to another meant a lot of property, a lot of alliance, and here she was in love with someone else. So what she does is she writes a letter. She writes a letter to the person whom she loves and she sends it across. She says that tomorrow is the day of my wedding. In the morning, I will be going to worship in the temple of Ambika. If you really love me, come and pick me up from there. With that, she just left it to God. The next day, in the morning, she takes a bath. She adorns her hair with flowers, wears her beautiful bridal finery, and goes to worship in the temple of Ambika. As she's walking up, she's really praying that I hope he listens to this. I hope he reads this letter. I hope he takes me away. And then she gets into the temple of Ambika praying. Suddenly, she feels the tinkle of bells behind her. She feels a presence near her and she looks back. The love of her life was standing right behind her. This was the Princess Rukmini, the princess of Vidarbha, and the love of her life, Krishna. So there she was seeing Krishna, whom she's forever loved but never seen. And there he was. And he said, come with me. He takes her by her hand, takes her in his chariot, and they go to Dwarka. That's where Krishna and Rukmini get married. They get married. Rukmini was Krishna's first wife, and it was a very happy, very stable marriage. But then Krishna got busy, of course, because Krishna was the king of Dwarka, so he got really busy. And in those days, people were getting married one after the other, after the other, after the other, and Krishna also got married to many, many wives. One of them being Satyabhama. Now, Satyabhama was very different from the other wives of Krishna. Here was Rukmini, the calm, the solid, the stable one, and Satyabhama was the other one who was very witty, was great at archery, could match his wit, and it was a very, very exciting union. So while Rukmini was getting busy as being the eldest wife, Krishna was getting busy with Satyabhama. Rukmini was waiting, was hearing that, well, Krishna is flirting with gopis. She really didn't bother. It was a king's life, so she really didn't bother. It started irking her when she heard that Krishna had gone for these long journeys to the wilds where they were hunting together, where they were practicing bows and arrows. That started hurting Rukmini. Rukmini took it one day after the other, after the other, after the other. One morning she got up and she thought, this is it, no more. I have left everything for this person and now I can't be relegated to the corner. She leaves. She leaves for Vidarbha again. Of course, she sends a note to Krishna. Krishna thinks that, okay, my eldest queen wants to go back to her kingdom, just wants to, have some good time with her parents, with her brother, and she will come back when the time is right. So Krishna was pretty okay. Months go by, years go by. Rukmini doesn't return. Krishna is also okay, not so bothered really. It started feeling a little different when the food did not taste as great for Krishna. I mean, he was eating, he was having fun, he was enjoying, but food did not taste as good as it was before. He did not want to drink his usual milk, he did not want to drink his usual lassi, and it did not feel right. It became even more worse when Krishna was losing his sleep. He was doing everything, but suddenly he was losing sleep. Krishna thought maybe age, maybe, so much of stress of the kingdom. Things became different when Rishi Narad came inside the kingdom and sees Krishna in that state. And the first thing he asks is, which queen is not there? And Krishna was like, okay, Rukmini has gone over to her parents. And Narad says, how long? And Krishna says, it's been a while. And he says, okay, and this is your state? And Krishna was suddenly, it was like a sudden realization. And Krishna just knew that he has to go to Vidarbha at that very moment. At that very moment, he called his charioteer and he rushed to Vidarbha. When he goes to Vidarbha, he sees Rukmini absolutely calm and cool, enjoying herself with a smile intact. But there was a poignance. There was a melancholy in her eyes. Krishna goes straight up to her and says that, come back home. Rukmini says, I chose you. When the whole world was at my feet, I left everything and I chose you. And when you come back to me, come back and see me as who I am. Not just as a queen, not just as someone who is being pitted against other queens, but as the person who I am. Hear me, see me, love me. Krishna hears it. Krishna listens to it, takes her in her chariot, and they go back to Dwarka. Rukmini and Krishna's love story took a different turn after that. It was much more matured. It was much more stable. Krishna still had many wives. Krishna was paying attention to all of them. But he made sure that Rukmini never ever felt someone who is just shoved at a corner. He made it sure that Rukmini always felt loved, respected. And that's how the love story of Krishna and Rukmini bloomed forever.